Hello plant community, my name is Pam and thanks for tuning into this channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today's topic is propagating my beautiful Begonia Rex. I wanted to try 3 different types of propagations to see which one would be the most successful, if possibly all 3. And I wanted to bring you guys along with, so let's get started. Before you start chopping anything, always make sure your shears are sanitized. For myself, I use a Clorox wipe as a handy tool when cleaning my shears. It's really convenient, but you can use some form of a spray, alcohol, and possibly paper towels if you prefer. So I wanted to start off by taking 3 leaf cuttings because I plan on propagating in water, sphagnum moss, and soil. And look at those leaves, they look so beautiful. So I have the 3 pieces that I need to start working on my project. And I just can't get over on how beautiful the leaves look and how healthy they look as well. So my first one, I start off by taking, placing this water will be with the Peperomia pixie plant that I already have rooting. I heard that if you place your cuttings in water with plants that already have roots, it tends to stimulate or encourage your cuttings to promote growth. The next cutting will be in sphagnum moss. I already watered it to make sure that it's moist. With this, I'm going to use my rooting hormone to promote a healthier growth. And I'll just stick it literally in the sphagnum moss after I coat it so very evenly with this rooting hormone. I put it in the spag and I make sure it's nice and snug in the moist spag. Next, I actually want to use the sandwich bag to create a greenhouse effect, and it'll maintain the moisture and help to promote the growth. And I pretty much put it in the bag and I'll seal it up later. Now my last cutting, you guys, it will be in soil. And so with the last leaf, I'll plan on actually cutting it up. So I'm going to start off with actually cutting off the tip of the leaf. And then I'm just going to actually cut the leaf literally in half to try my best to actually remove the stem from the plant. Now while I'm actually doing that, you guys, the reason why I cut that tip, I don't have no particular reason. The shape, I don't think it makes a difference whether the shape is rectangle or round. I just tend to cut the leaf at the base of that vein or that stem, if that makes any sense. So now I have my 3 pieces ready to go. And with my soil, you guys, I am making some indentation in the soil so that I can place each piece in the soil. So you want to make sure that your leaf cutting is nice and snug in the soil. And you may have to, pat it down a little bit just to make sure that it is standing in the soil, because you want to get that line. And with that little piece, I'm just going to stick actually the tip, you guys, right inside the soil and press down if necessary to make sure it's nice and snug inside of there. So it's looking good, you guys. It's pretty much in there. I'm feeling good about it. So the next thing, you guys, I just want to make sure that I'm adding some water. You don't want to drown it, but you do want to make the soil nice and damp, so to speak. And I'm just evenly moistening the soil all around the container that I have it in. After the soil is nice and moist, you guys, I just want to put the top on, and then I'm going to place it in my sunroom. You want to make sure that you have bright light and a warm space, and then we'll come back in 4 weeks and check the progress. Okay guys, so it's been 4 weeks now since we did some propagations with this Rex Begonia. We did 3 different types of propagation, one being water propagation, another sphagnum propagation, and then the soil propagation. So like I just said, guys, it's been 4 weeks now. We're going to check out the root system and see what they look like. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this one that was in the water. As you can see, it's grown a good amount of roots here, and it is at least 2 inches long. So this was a success, and I can actually see me potting this up. Now the one in the sphagnum moss, you guys, I kind of, as you can see the condensation on here, I kind of use a sandwich bag to seal it up to maintain its moisture in the spag. And it's been working because I did not do any form of having to re-moisten the spag or anything like that. I just used this plastic bag, and it held all the moisture in these last 4 weeks. So let's just take a look and see exactly what the root systems look like here. And I don't know, but it just seemed like this. Okay, now I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like this leaf kind of got a little bit bigger. It's beautiful, but let's just take a look at the root system. And I'm gonna have to pause you guys in order to pull it out. It's hard for me to pull it out and hold this the camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I was able to remove as much of the sphagnum moss that I could from this propagation, but as you can see, it's a lot of crazy roots. I don't want to pull any more at the spag and risk of damaging the roots. You want to keep in mind the Begonia Rex has a very fine root system, but as you can see, it grows vigorously. So I would 100% for sure say that the propagation was successful here with the sphagnum moss, and the leaf is just beautiful. I swear, it just seems to me that I don't know, it seems like it's gotten a little bit bigger, but who knows, you know, maybe that's just an optical illusion. But yeah, this one was successful as well. Now we're going to take a quick look here in propagation and soil. Pretty much just put it in soil that was moistened, and I covered it up. And I may have sprayed this plant maybe once in the 4 weeks time, but it's held on very well to the condensation and has maintained its moisture. It's still actually moist now, which is good. So let's see. Okay. So as you guys can see right here, it looked like it did in fact form some kind of a root system, but it also looks like it's trying to do some funky growth with that. Let's take a look in the back. So yeah, it looks like it did grow a nice root system. But since I already have this in soil, and I'm curious to see exactly what this will be, so I think I'm gonna put it back into the soil. As also too, like I said, it's a fine root system that they have, but I wouldn't feel 100% okay with putting this in a planter just yet. So I will put that back in. Let's take a look. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. Let's see if it's done anything. Okay. And if you can see, it looks like it did the same thing. It's pretty much grown some roots. And let's just see. Yeah, it grown some roots. And it looks like it's did something extra right here as well. I don't know what that is. It might be actually form a new growth points here. Would that be safe to say? But once again, like I said, the root system is very delicate, so I probably will leave this actually in the soil and we'll see. Now I also have another cutting. Let's see if I turn it around. Right here. Let's see if this is what's going on with this. Okay. It's holding on to something for a reason, and I don't want to tug at it. But as you can see, that's a root system right there. And that's a little bit of roots wind up in this dirt. So yeah, I think this propagation, although it looks like it's going to be successful, it just needs a little bit more time before we actually start developing this one. So we may just keep a watchful eye on this particular propagation, and then I'll probably make some updates on my Instagram, you guys. So if you're not following me there, you can come along there, and I'll just share the updates as far as with this propagation. But as far as these two propagations, I feel strong enough where I'm actually going to put it in some soil, okay? And I'll just be right back and show you what the finished product will be. Okay, so I potted up the two successful cuttings of the propagation of this Begonia Rex, and I love these clear pots. I can keep an eye on the root system. And also, this is really nice, you guys. I ordered this, if you're interested in this, off of Amazon. And I think it's pretty cool because it comes with this dome. And then you can actually adjust the ventilation up at the top, which I think is pretty cool. And I believe it came like in a pack of 10 or something. I can't remember the price, but it was a very reasonable price, guys. If you're interested in something like this, I recommend you probably searching it. Like I said, I got it off of Amazon. But yeah, as you can see, I'll just provide any updates on my Instagram, you guys. So like I said before, if you're not following me over there, come and take a look and see all of my postings to keep you up to date with these things. But as always, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, then hit the subscribe button. Please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I appreciate any support you guys can give me. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.